on, guys? Welcome to Gum's Videos. My name is Kyle Gum. Today I'll be reviewing Logan. So this is going to be a full spoiler video because this review is done late. Sadly, I'm sorry guys for that. But since this review is done late, I think it's going to be safe to do spoilers. So if you guys have not seen the movie, just watch it and then come back to here. It's fantastic. If you have not watched it and you're waiting for my approval, what the hell are you doing? That being said, I'm gonna go over the good, the bad, and you guys know how the review works. I mean, I'm pretty sure you've been on YouTube before. I mean, like, if this is your first time on YouTube, hey, I'm glad you're here. Since this is a very character-driven movie, I'm gonna start off with the acting. The acting is, for the most part, flawless. Like, there was not one time I was like, the acting could have been better in some scenes. I mean, like, I was like engaged into the conversations. I was engaged with the characters, especially because I've been watching them since like, well, I started watching them in like 2003, 2004. So that's a huge chunk of my childhood. I think of what I think about the other movies, but it's still a huge part of my childhood, and it's a fantastic movie. And Hugh Jackman as Wolverine is fantastic, and same thing with Patrick Stewart. It's their last performance. Obviously, since this is a spoiler review, they're both fucking dead. Not only that, Hugh Jackman first off said, I'm done after this. And Patrick Stewart, after the movie, he saw it, he's like, I think this is my last one, which makes total sense because if you go after this, like, how are you gonna top this? The X-Men franchise doesn't exactly have the greatest track record, so you might as well quit while you're ahead, if you know what I'm saying. And it was such a beautiful, well-directed movie. It's fantastic. For the most part, the writing was fantastic. I loved where they took these characters. What I really liked about this was that the adamantium poisoning was actually killing him, so what was making him a badass was actually also killing him. I didn't really read the comics. I'm not the biggest comic book reader. I mean, I'm working on it right now, but so I found that really interesting. But like I said, what was making him badass was also killing him, and I found that really interesting. Same thing with Professor Xavier. What was making him so powerful? His brain. So he's gonna have freaking seizures and then just start killing everybody, and that's how they killed the X-Men apparently. And another thing I also like about this movie, going off with that, is the fact that they don't spoon feed you information. They didn't say it directly, but they referenced it very vaguely, and I'm glad they did that. It's so sad seeing the characters that we grew up with, well, I grew up with, like this. And the one shot that actually really had me going was when Logan and Professor X are leaving the casino with X-23, and Xavier just got done having a seizure because he was trying to use his powers to save X-23, and then he's just had a seizure, and he's seeing all the chaos and all the damage he's done with all these innocent people on the ground, and he's like this, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. And it just breaks your heart, and I'm getting goosebumps talking about it right now. Everything is beautiful, well done. If I had to have any negatives with this movie, so there's other things that could have been better than X-24. I'm not gonna go into the list because there's quite a few things. And one thing that I didn't notice until someone pointed out that I actually agree 100% is the fact that the whole serum, like where you take the steroids and then you start go rampaging and stuff like that, that wasn't really needed. You could have just said like X-23's in trouble, and then he just gets an adrenaline rush and starts actually going berserker. And he stops suppressing his rage and stuff like that and just starts charging at the bad guys. That would have been more interesting than the drugs was not exactly needed, if you know what I mean. Like, there were so many other things you could have done, but you used drugs. I mean, I don't know why. So I'm gonna give this movie 4.75 out of 5 stars. I know that's really, really cheap, but I don't give a shit. This movie was near flawless. I loved it, and seeing the death of these characters was heartbreaking. The Wolverine one I kind of saw coming because the kids could have teamed up, but yeah, that would have gone against Logan's code about protecting the children, and Xavier would have hated him for using the children as weapons. But there was other things he could have done to defeat X-24 without dying. But in a way, I kind of also ricochet off of that too, because of the fact that he's like, I want to die. He wanted to die the entire movie, so that's why I give that one kind of a slide. So I want to hear your thoughts down below, guys. What did you think of the movie? I would like to hear your thoughts down below. I have a Twitter, Instagram, Gums_videos. Go follow me there for the latest news and updates on my channel. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, and all that crap. Later, and goodbye.